Alright, it's Mike Messier going to pull a Babe Ruth for wrestling predictions. I'm going to point my mighty wrestling prognosticator finger in the fucking air and predict the main event of Wrestlemania in the year 2019. So that's over a year and a half away at this point. And it's also, don't ask me for the exact number, it's probably going to be I guess 35 or 36 at that point, something like that. And the prediction is this: Donovan Dijak, or whatever name he goes under at that point, Dijak, the wrestler known as Dijak, I believe his first name is Chris Dijak, new signee to WWE, will be taking on Brock Lesnar. It will be either Brock Lesnar's last WWE match or his last match before a sabbatical. It will be a passing of the torch type of situation. It will be a very good match. Perhaps a 5-star in the Meltzer mind. And it will be, like I said, a passing of the torch. And in that match, either most likely during that match, before that match, or slightly after that match, will be a Paul Heyman turn on Brock Lesnar to go with Dijak. Donovan Dijak will be your next Paul Heyman guy. Why? It's just simple. Dijak's incredibly athletic, very talented, athletically, not good on the mic, and it's not an insult to the guy. I just don't think that, from my brief experiences with meeting Dijak on the independent wrestling scene, I don't think he has what it takes to be a good speaker. I don't think he was born with that skill set. That's not an insult. I just think that the WWE will save themselves a lot of time, aggravation, and miscalculated efforts if they just put Dijak with a mouthpiece. And for who they have available, Paul Heyman is the best at it. He's got a built-in audience. A lot of people, including myself, would say at this point, the Paul Heyman, "My name is Paul Heyman" routine is better business or whatever the fuck than the actual Brock Lesnar matches. I think you take that same Paul Heyman, who's going to be aging like we all are, put him with a young, up-and-coming, late 20s Dijak, and you've got 5 or 10 years of good business. It's simple. And Brock Lesnar has never really shown much interest in, passion for wrestling. You can argue that if you fucking want. That's not the point of this. It's just simple business that Heyman needs a new Paul Heyman guy. Brock's got plenty of money. And let this Dijak take the spot. If they insist on doing promo classes or whatever the fuck else at NXT with Dijak for months and years on end, or they insist a bunch of silly gimmicks with the guy or trying to make him a babyface, it's not going to work. You take what he has, which is an incredible athletic frame and skill set of actual wrestling moves, put that with a guy with years and years, 20 or 30 years of wrestling experience, going back to his own childhood, meaning Paul Heyman, and maybe Heyman can, give this guy a lot as far as the mouthpiece and the wrestler, and that's the fucking finger of the goddamn air. That's my prediction. So when this happens, or if it happens, you can say that your buddy goddamn Mike Messier from MikeMessier.com predicted it. On the independent scene, years ago, I saw Dijak in an independent promotion that I was very happy to do commentary and ring the bell for. And it was Top Row Promotions, and we had Dijak on a few shows, and I referenced him to a friend of mine who was a wrestling manager in the local scene in New England, and they did end up doing some shows together, not from my introduction, but just it happened to turn out that way, and they worked pretty well together. But now it's Dijak. Congratulations to him if he has the heart and if he has the aptitude for the travel schedule, which I think a lot of people overlook with these wrestlers. What makes a great wrestler? I think it's the travel schedule. Do you have the tolerance? Even now, with only working 4 days a week, do these wrestlers, these young wrestlers, have the tolerance to actually be a fucking wrestler? Not just wrestle a 20 or 30-minute match or a 10-minute match. Not just to take instructions and hit their fucking camera points, but can you tolerate the lifestyle? That's something that needs to find out with this particular guy and all these guys, and the women too. So, but in any event, it's the fucking Babe Ruth wrestling prognosticator figure. It's Paul Heyman's next guy is Donovan Dijak. Wrestlemania, late March, early April 2019. best case scenario for everybody involved. Brock Lesnar passes the fucking Paul Heyman torch to Dijak, your next fucking Paul Heyman guy. It's Mike Messier, MikeMessier.com, for all the wrestling fans out there. You know, at the end of the day, we're just wrestling fans. So everything I just said could turn to nothing. It could just be nothing. It could be hearsay and bullshit. But it was on my fucking heart to share this with you. Goodbye, and blah, 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 blah.